Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Coffee with Chris, the podcast on which I respond to your questions and concerns and share my life with you. If you got something you want me to talk about, make sure to leave a like. No, not a like. Well, leave a like as well. But leave a comment down below and let me know what you'd like to know. I'll see if I can address it in the next episode. I tend to make a new episode every day, though sometimes I do get to become unable to do so. Anyway, for today's episode, I figure I'm going to talk a little bit about my plans for tomorrow, actually, because it's my birthday tomorrow. And something that made me a little sad, but at the same time, something I can just kind of shrug off, is the fact that the only people who are going to be really celebrating with me are people who don't know that it's my birthday. So, no one in my family has time. And, that can quickly hurt you a little bit to know that your birthday is an unimportant event when everybody else's birthdays are really important. But yeah. I arranged some stuff for myself, and what I'm going to be doing is our school has these XR laboratories, which is a place where they have lots of VR headsets, and we can borrow them. We can borrow them for, our own, just to play around with, or for something related to our school. So if we want to develop a VR solution of some sort. And so I've borrowed 3 of those and invited 2 of my classmates to come join me at school tomorrow, where we'll push the tables aside and we'll set up our boundaries, and then we'll play together. And it's gonna be a lot of fun, I hope. I'm gonna kind of spring it on them. Several hours into the whole thing, I'm gonna be like, this is one of the best birthdays ever. And they're gonna be really surprised that it's my birthday. Though I am a little worried that they won't make it. I'm a little worried that maybe they forgot and now they can't. Because I went through a lot of trouble to get these 3 headsets. I even punctured my bike doing so. And after all, it is my birthday. It's my birthday surprise for myself, basically, to be there and to play with them. And they're usually pretty dependable, so it's probably just me overthinking it. But yeah. Anyway, after playing around with the headsets, I'm gonna go to my parents' place because they offered to make food, to make dinner. Technically, again, I wasn't actually invited. I called them and asked if they'd want me to come for dinner. This episode wasn't supposed to be this sad. I don't want to call it heartbreaking, because it's really not. But it's a little sad, isn't it? I'm sorry. Let's talk about something different, because this is actually getting to me a little bit. And that's no fun. It's no fun for me. It's no fun for you. So, at least I've got the headsets. And I tried Beat Saber for the first time. And it was so much fun, but I started sweating a lot. Like a lot. And I think I'll just be playing a bunch of Beat Saber again today, because it's fun. I kind of wanted to play Super Hot, but the headsets, you're allowed to play the games that are on them, but you can also sign in with your own account and all of those things. So if you have an account, you can sign in with that, but I don't. And Super Hot is, I think it's $25. And I don't want to pay that just so that I can play it a couple of days. Not when I've got Beat Saber readily available, and Beat Saber is a lot of fun. So I'm just going to stick to that. I'm going to play that a bit today. And then hopefully tomorrow I'll show them Beat Saber and we'll have a lot of fun. Tomorrow is also the day that I reboot my entire business affairs. Like we've talked about before, I'm really excited for that. I'm very excited to go in and register all of these domains, even though it costs money. Money I don't really have. But I did just get $100 from my parents. So, I mean, at least now I've got a little bit more money. And apparently I will be getting $400 for when I go to Canada. I think that's pretty exciting, actually, that they're going that far for me. Well, my mom is. My stepdad doesn't know anything. And the reason he doesn't know anything was there was this deal. We went camping, and the deal was we go to the local town, we look at clothes, and each of us get $400 worth of clothes. Well, we started out just at a menswear store, and in there we ended up getting our money's worth basically. And then we went out, but in order to avoid us having to just stand around while the girls picked their clothes, they went by themselves. And in there, my sister picked out a lot of clothes, and then she said to my mom that to just let her know how much she needed to transfer, minus the $2,000 and all that. No, not 2,000, it's 2,000 Danish. Minus the $400. Well, as it turns out, she had for $800 worth of clothes. And so my mom told her, nah, it's okay, I'll pay for it. And then she said, of course, I'll transfer $400 to your brother too, for when he goes to Canada. So yeah, I got, I got a little extra pocket money for when I go there, which is why I wanted to mention that it's not really a heartbreaking story. It's just a bit sad, because in reality, I have a family that cares about me a lot. Like most people wouldn't get this kind of money, and it should be noted that I don't come from a family with a lot of money. It's just that my mom has bad economical sense. She is higher middle class. No, she's not. She's not higher middle class. I feel like she has a higher middle class income level, but not a higher middle class lifestyle. The reason is that her spending habits are so bad. And I hate it. She doesn't think about the things she buys. But, it comes to my benefit because now I get money. And to me, $400 is a lot of money. It is 2 months worth of food. I live decently, but I try to live for little money. And so $400, that's a lot of money for me. I'm not gonna spend all of it when I go to Canada, but at the same time, it's nice to have a little extra money because I can take my girlfriend out to dinner or something. I wouldn't be able to do that otherwise. I feel a lot of shame when it comes to money. I made some choices about a year back. I bought in to some things. Look, I'm just going to be honest with you. I bought the crypto crash last May because there was a huge crash back then. And I actually, over the next 6 months or so, I actually ended up making quite a decent sum of money. As in, I made enough money to consider pulling out. I had invested a lot in the crash, and so I made a bunch of money, and I thought to myself, maybe I should pull out, stop while the getting's good or something. I don't know. But after talking to my girlfriend about it, we decided that I might as well leave it in, because even though it's a lot of money, it's not a lot of money in the grand scheme of things. It's not like $1 million. It was enough so that if I put it into an index fund, it would have allowed me to retire very nicely. But we ran the risk, and running that risk ended up costing me all of it, basically. The market crashed again, and the market has been bearish. That means that there's... No, you know what? It doesn't matter. I lost a lot of... Okay, just... I don't know a whole lot about investments, but a bearish market, it's downwards pressure. That is selling pressure. And so a bullish market is the other thing. It goes upwards. It's buying pressure. Anyway, so I'm in a bearish market right now. I lost everything. I am, below my initial investment, even though I had a pretty decent outcome when I was considering getting my money out. And I made the decision to not sell at all. Because at this point, the amount of money that's in there, while it is a decent sum of money, it's more money than I have anywhere else. Let's just put it like that. I decided to keep it in there because either my account zeroes out and it's all the same, or I get lucky and the crypto market actually improves and I'm rich 10 years from now. I don't know. But the point is, I actually made a good choice, right? I made the right choice in investing a lot of money, making a lot of money, but then I didn't pull out when I should have. That's one of the reasons that I don't have a whole lot of money right now, because my life basically fell apart. Not because of that, but because of other reasons. And so that extra money from the index fund, it would have been a nice way to go about things. I'm back to square one now. So I feel a lot of shame when it comes to money. And I try to live cheaply, but I'm not always the best at it because I do impulse purchases, which sucks, you guys. It's one of the worst parts about having ADHD. And yes, I blame my ADHD, but it's, I still control it. I'm strong and I can control it. But the thing basically is that I have a difficult time when I'm at the store and I see something and I want it. It's hard for me to not grab it. It's almost like I'm forced to grab it. And that sucks, you guys. I bet a lot of you know that feeling. I've gotten a lot better throughout the years, but it's still a struggle. Every single day, it's a struggle to not waste money. And I used to waste money when I was younger. I feel like if someone had actually supported me in making the right choices when I was younger, I would have been very wealthy now. And here's the deal. I actually initially wanted to buy into cryptocurrency back in 15, I think. And I talked to my then girlfriend about it because we lived together and we shared an economy, and she said no. She told me that this whole Bitcoin thing was bullshit. As it turns out, it wasn't. And if I'd invested back then, life would have been a lot easier right now. And that's one of the reasons that I'm holding, because I own a lot of different cryptocurrencies, and I know that the market isn't going to explode the same way that Bitcoin did, but at least I might still get a bit of an outcome from it. And that's what I'm looking to do. Just get a bit of money out of it. Strangely, one of the ones that has the brightest outcome is actually one I bought for fun. Because I was just like, okay, it's cute, it's cheap, and people keep talking about it. Let's buy some just for the sake of buying some. They are currently the ones pushing the hardest to actually be mainstream. And I hate it because a lot of my other purchases were made after studying what they did. I own a few things that I know quite a bit more about. But then there's this for fun purchase that actually seems to be doing better than any other purchase. It's stupid. The market is stupid. My recommendation to anyone thinking about investing is do it and just invest, But don't invest money you don't have. Never invest money you can't afford to lose. And that's the same thing. It doesn't matter if my account zeroes out or if I become a millionaire. Well, of course it matters ultimately. But the point is that the money that is currently invested is not my money. I don't have that money. It is not part of my budget. I do not have access to it. It is not a savings account. It is a void that I put my money into. If you have money that you can afford to put into the void, then do it. And it doesn't have to be a lot. You should look into the compound interest of $100 a month. Because a lot of people, they want to be rich when they're 30. No, try to be wealthy when you're 60. That should be the goal. And as you grow in life, you'll be able to invest more and more too. Hopefully, especially if you're young. That's my plan. Right now, I can't really afford to invest because I have this really annoying monthly expense that shouldn't be there. But it'll be over in a year, and then I'll start investing $100 a month myself. Anyway, I'll talk more about that some other day. For now, it's time for me to go. I'm sorry that today's episode was a little sad. I tried to keep it happy-go-lucky, but you know how it is sometimes. Life isn't always easy. And with that, I'm gonna leave you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye now.